On February 24, 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. They were super confident, cocky, and dead set on a total victory in just 3 days. They said Kyiv would fall in 24 hours. They were supposedly the world's second strongest military, so this war was just a formality. 3 years later? Nah, the reality is way worse. Russia only controls about 20% of Ukraine, and the cost? It's insane. Almost 1 million casualties. I'm talking 1 million dead and wounded soldiers. That number is more than the total losses the US suffered during 20 years of war, but squished into just 3 years. If you still believe the narrative that Russia is somehow winning, you've gotta watch this to the end. Today, we're breaking down the entire illusion of this Russian victory.
Let's start with the crazy numbers. Last year, the ISW noted Russia only captured about 4,200 square kilometers of Ukrainian territory. That's only 0.6% of the entire country. Here's the hilarious part. Independent analysis suggests that if Ukraine keeps up this defense, it would take Russia 230 more years to occupy the whole country. But land is only part of the story. Let's talk bodies. Latest data shows Russian losses hitting almost 975,000 casualties. Even low Western estimates put them well over 750,000. Check this comparison. Russia lost 15,000 soldiers during their 10-year war in Afghanistan. In Ukraine, in 3 years, their losses are 60 times higher. This is clearly not a sustainable war. Plus, around 920,000 Russians fled the country to avoid conscription. That's nearly 2 million working-age men gone from Russia. Simply put, Russia is literally running out of people to throw into this meat grinder.
Russia's biggest screw-up comes from pure fantasy. Military planners were so sure they'd win quickly, they packed parade uniforms to wear in Kyiv. Their entire logistics plan was built for a flash war. Instead, they got the longest conventional war in Europe since WW2. Their air force completely failed. Their tanks got demolished by cheap drones and anti-tank weapons, so now they're relying on crappy conscripts, prisoners, and mercenaries. Logistics crumbled fast. That 40-mile armored column ran out of gas just a few miles from the border. The most embarrassing part? Russia is using human wave attacks, a tactic from WW1. And their modern gear? Total BS. Fancy T-90M tanks were found with sand and cement inside their supposed protective armor. Pilots were literally taping commercial GPS units to their dashboards because their actual navigation systems failed. This isn't just a military mistake, it's the biggest analytical failure of the 21st century. On paper, Russia still looks okay as the 11th largest economy, but when you look closer, it's chaos. Western sanctions crushed their high-tech sectors and isolated their banks. By the end of 2024, the ruble had lost 23% of its value. The killer is that Russia was forced into a war economy. They're now spending 40% of their government budget on defense. That's just not sustainable. A third of that spending is hidden in secret projects. Meanwhile, Russia's main cash cow, energy exports, is totally declining. Europe has cut its gas dependency by over 30%. Oil sales to China and India are being heavily discounted. So militarily and economically, Russia is running out of brains and money. Because they're losing militarily and financially, Russia is totally trapped. All the options left are bad ones. Option 1, going nuclear. Some hardliners want to use tactical nukes, but that would backfire huge. Russia would lose the 40 million Ukrainian citizens they desperately need to fix their declining population. Option 2, pulling out. This is political suicide for Putin's government because admitting defeat is an existential threat to their power. Option 3, peace deal. Nobody can agree. Ukraine won't give up land, and Russia can't accept a deal that doesn't legitimize their land grab. Instead of succeeding, this military gamble woke up NATO. They've added new members like Finland and Sweden, basically doubling the NATO-Russia border. Diplomatically, Russia has turned into a pariah state on the global stage.
So, if anyone tells you Russia is winning in Ukraine, think again. After 3 years of what should have been a 3-day war, Russia only controls 20% of the territory. They've suffered nearly 1 million casualties, their economy is destroyed, and they have no clear path to victory. The truth is, Russia isn't winning. They're stuck in a strategic trap they created themselves, with no good options and no way out. The longer this war drags on, the more devastating the consequences will be for Russia. It could even lead to the Federation collapsing. What do you guys think will be the worst outcome for Russia? Let me know in the comments below.